Welcome to Stand Up on the Spot. Who's ready to start the show? Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm your host, Jeremiah Watkins. Give it up for Coach T one more time in the back, working hard on the ones and twos. All right, by round of applause, who has never seen this show before? Make some noise. Awesome. And those of you coming back to check the show out? Yeah. A lot of repeat customers in the house. I like that. A lot of one-and-doners that did not come back. That's cool. That's cool, y'all. I dig that as well. Let me explain how this show works, all right? We, the comedians, are coming up here with no prepared material, okay? We're going to ask you guys, the audience, for suggestions. You're going to yell stuff out, and then we have to create stand-up on the spot based off of what you yell out. So you guys are the co-star of this show, all right? So it's important that you yell out good topics, all right? Some topics that, generally don't work, stuff like abortion, rape, traffic, I consider that all in the same genre of bad suggestion. LA traffic, that's the worst. So, but you guys are going to yell out great suggestions because I believe in you. Okay, we're going to work together, and we're going to create some comedy gold. Sometimes you watch a show, you're like, how are these comedians coming up with this right off the top of their heads? And then other times you're like, this is a train wreck. What am I watching right now? So it's a great mix. I have some of my favorite comedians in LA on this lineup tonight. I'm very excited to share them with you. I'm going to do a set for you guys right now. Let's kick it off. What do you say, guys? Let's get some energy in the room. Let's have some fun. Got a great night ahead of you. Could I get a suggestion to start this thing off? Saturday morning cartoons. Now, this guy, he comes to every show, guys. He's very eager with his suggestions. I'm going to, Saturday morning cartoons, I might come back to, but we're going to share the wealth, buddy. Heck yeah. Yeah, we lingered a little bit. That's okay. You, my friend, you look like my reflection in bong water. How are you doing tonight? Look very good. You look like if I decided to go pro BMX with my life instead of comedy. It's a good look. It's a good look. I like it. Do you have a suggestion for us? Morning beer? That's called alcoholism. Morning beer. Next suggestion. Thank you so much. Anybody who's like, I'm just going to crack open a morning beer. You have a problem? Get some help maybe, perhaps. And then, because those are the same people that have nicknames, they have cute little nicknames for all the other times that they drink during the day. It's a morning cocktail, it's just like a mid-afternoon snack, doing that. Next suggestion. Elon Musk. We all saw the clip of him smoking weed. I think it's funny that there's people out there that his stock fell because of that. I think that's funny that he went and he was just expecting it's like, it won't be that big of a deal. And then stock goes way down because there's people out there that are still like, weed is bad. Don't do that. And it feels like a very, I don't smoke personally, but I'm also I don't shame people who do smoke. I think that's the weirdest thing to be like, you know what? I don't do it, so that means that you can't have any fun either, all right? Just because I'm set in my ways doesn't mean that you get to experiment and have all the fun. Nope, we're in the United States of America. We are free, but to a certain extent, we like our freedom, okay? We don't want to be free completely and running wild like savages across the board. We want some controlled freedom. Is that okay? Cool. I feel like that should be doing really well in this room right now. So far, the energy is about here. We're going to keep building, guys. I believe in you. It's okay, Some of you are very reserved right now. I feel like I'm performing in a little bit of a morgue right now. That's okay. I saw a dead woman in the back just watching the show. So, we're working on this together. It's great. Could I get another suggestion? Was that? Senior citizens. You said that, sir, like you were dying while saying senior citizens. He was literally like, senior citizen. Yes, guys, I'm a professional comedian. I know how to pratfall. It's okay. I'm good. People were like, oh my, I do this every day. He's like mid-heart attack, senior Senior citizens. You know what? I don't want to make it to being a senior citizen. I know it's dark, but I'm like, go out in your prime, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to be remembered as... I was Evil Knievel. It's like, oh, what? No, thank you. Die in an explosion or something. That's great. Die doing what you love. Next suggestion. Man, I skated real close to that dark edge, but I got myself out of it. You're pretty impressed, aren't you? Next suggestion. That is the voice of a woman who's never been to a real barbecue before. Barbecue. Like the vegan thing that people do on weekends together? No, I went to an LA barbecue recently, and I was infuriated. There was no meat there. There was literally just alcohol and people hanging out in front of a grill that was never lit. I was like, it's an LA barbecue. I'm like, I'm from Kansas City. Okay, we have beef, we have ribs, we have dead animals everywhere, and it is delicious. Okay? An LA barbecue is so weak. It's just like, all right, we're going to get a little bit drunk. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation. And you know what? There might be chips there. What? We're going to get wild. Are you serious? Oh, it's going to be so good. You got to come to the LA barbecue. Yeah. It's so hot. Oh, it's so good. I killed that suggestion. Next one. Keep them coming, guys. Yoga? Do you think one guy got good enough at yoga to suck his own dick? Like one guy out there. Like, we're all chasing the dragon whenever we're doing the yoga classes and stuff like that. We're all chasing that dragon. It's more so because like women are like, you can't do that. And one guy eventually was like, you know what? I can. And he's just like, yeah. Just like going for it. I enjoy yoga. I'm pretty limber. I'm pretty flexible. Pretty mobile. I think that what makes yoga not fun is the other people who take it. It's kind of like church, in my opinion, as well. I think there's a lot of good messages with church. I think there's a lot of good messages with religion. It's the people who go to it that make it bad for everybody else. You're like, oh, these people are horrible. And everybody is judging me and my old mat. Yeah, maybe I got it at Target. Maybe I got it at a yard sale. Maybe my wife's been telling me for the longest time, replace your mat. But no, it's comfortable. It's what I know. Last suggestion, then I'll bring up the next comedian. Berkeley, Brett Kavanaugh. These are great suggestions. I like that the two of you guys looked at my face and my demeanor and everything that I've been talking about, and you guys are like, he's going to know a lot about the Brett Kavanaugh case, and he's going to know a lot about Berkeley. He probably went to Berkeley. This guy's a genius. He was just talking about sucking his own dick. Like this guy, I don't know if I think this is called simpatico, what's happening right now. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same energy and wavelength, and it feels good, guys. It feels really good. Brett Kavanaugh. Man, he got in there. Next suggestion. He got in there, guys. Another thing that he got into that he wasn't supposed to get into. You guys suggested it, and then I try to make a joke about it, and then this guy's judged me like, dude, I don't know, man. If I was in your similar situation, I would have been like, I plead the fifth. Final suggestion, guys. You guys really like to put, I'm trying to open the show, get energy in the room. You guys are like, Brett Kavanaugh, Bill Cosby, Satan's taint. I'm like, all right, guys, let's get some good energy in the room. You know what I'm saying? Anything else? What about over here? And you guys feel free, you know, whenever the comedians ask for suggestions, they're coming to you, they're trying to farm some material out of you guys, the audience. So feel comfortable. You're not going to be shamed for your suggestions. Tinder dates. I've gotten that one a lot, actually. I'm a married man. Next suggestion. Do I look like a cheater? I'm just like, oh, that's just how it is, babe. Sorry, don't hate the player, hate the game. You married this. Do I look like that? Do I look like that guy? I feel like I'm more of a jovial boy next door type. Anything over here? What's that? Mario Kart. What part of the country are you from? Canada. Yeah, she says Mario. Did you hear that? That's the best way to find if a foreigner's among you. Say Mario right now. If you say anything other than Mario, then get out of here. Mario Kart. It's a great game. Guys, let's start the show. What do you say, guys, huh? Yes. This has the makings of being one of the shows that we've done for Stand Up on the Spot, guys. It has the makings of that. Make some noise for that. The energy level in here is outrageous, guys. If you can calm down, the fire code, the fire marshal is going to come in at any moment and shut this show down because there's so much of a frenzy of energy going on in here, okay? So let's keep building this. What do you say, guys? We're doing this. Guys, this is a live podcast recording, so the more laughs and the better suggestions you give, the better the show goes out on the internet, huh? Does that sound good, huh? I'm going to be co-hosting the show from the corner over here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Without further ado, I'm bringing up your next comedian. I absolutely love this guy. You may have seen him on the Joe Rogan Experience. You may have listened to his podcast for years, The Crab Feast. I know I have. I love him. Please welcome my pal and my brother, Ryan Sickler, to the stage, everybody. Sickle sail, man. Come on. Come on.
I just want to say, I love that he said, what part of the country are you from? Who was it? And you said Canada. That's our continent. That's a different country. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was funny in the back. You were like, I'm not from this fucking country. Right? He just assumed you were. Mario, yeah. But you could have been Michigan right up there around that border. You could have been that little pocket up there. All right, you heard how he said we do it. Let's get it started. Where are we at? The time I almost died as a kid? Is that what you said? I just want to make sure I heard you right. I've got a story for you. I did almost die as a kid. I was in my early 20s. That's as kid as it gets. And I went down to Ensenada, down in Mexico, Rosarito. And we had gone down in this old CJ7 Jeep. You know the kind you have to turn the hubs, the four-wheel? Remember those kind? It's not some just push-button bullshit. It was a real Jeep. We get some auto insurance from AAA. You have to have Mexican auto insurance because they will not let you rent a car and take it into Mexico because that shit is not coming back. You know what I mean? And we drive down. Our whole goal was to camp. Okay, our whole goal is to go camping. And we get to this first place. It's about sunup. And when we pulled up, it was this big empty parking lot. And like over the hill toward the beach was where all the tents were. But for some reason, right out front in a big-ass cage was an orangutan. I don't know why, but we parked the Jeep and all our shit was sitting out. My two buddies said, we're going to go figure out what's going on. You stay with the Jeep, which meant I stayed with the orangutan, right? By the way, I put a G on the end of that. It's not spelled that way, but I'm going to fucking keep hitting that G, and I'm going to hit it harder now in case it is wrong since this is a podcast recording. So I'm out front by the Jeep with this orangutan, and they come back and they're like, nah, we're not going down there. It looks like Beirut down there, people on top of each other. We're like, okay, and we keep going. And we get these shitty little beach, people are coming in and out of our tent, like it's just miserable. So the last night we're in Rosarito, we decide we're going to splurge a little bit, we get a hotel. We're going to go into town to party, and the concierge at the front desk said, look, it's $15. They charge you any more than that, they're ripping you off. So we were like, all right, we'll give him 20, all in, tip and everything. This dude picks us up out front in a taxi cab station wagon. And the rear view mirror goes from the front left of the windshield all the way. You ever see those? All the way across, all the panels, all the way across. There's a guy in the front seat. We don't know who the fuck that is. And the three of us slide in the back. We don't know if we're paying for his ride. We don't know if they're buddies. We don't know if we're going to die. We don't know anything. He's got a boombox in the back, big. And it's playing Pump Up the Volume, Pump Up the Volume. Remember that? It's doing that. It's so loud. And he's going like this. You like? We're like, we can't fucking hear. Just get us there. And this dude decides to jump on the shoulder. Now, when I say shoulder, I mean dirt. It was between the driving cars in this lane and parked cars right here, and it's dirt. And he is going 60 miles an hour. We're fucking screaming. We're freaking out. But he wants to get us into town. And it's bumper to bumper spring break all the way. And he's flying. And he gets us into town. We're like, holy shit. And I look out the window, and I say, wow, it's a full moon. This is going to be a weird night. And I open the car door, but I forget we're in that shoulder. We've been riding in it for so fucking long, it felt like a lane at that point. And I forget that there's parked cars here. And I open this door, and I step out, and my foot goes right here, and a monster Ford F-150 comes right here, hits my door, bends it up against the driver's door, and then the force of the sheet metal coming back just boom, boom, just all the way down this dude's truck and destroys it. He makes a right turn. My door falls off. I look at my two friends like, are you all right? And I'm like, did you just fucking see that? Did you see that? And this guy's like, what are you doing? He can't open his door now because there's still some metal left bent up against his. My friend's like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're getting the fuck out of here. And we crossed the street, and that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, my God. It would have been a brutal death. I would have been trapped in that door just beating back down the fucking side. But here I am to take requests like that for stand up on the motherfucking spot. Now, that's what you call a long-winded story because I've never told that story on stage. I'll find the beats. I'm recording this, too. All right, who's next? What do you want to talk about next? Satan. All right. So when I'm originally from Baltimore. And, all right, we'll take that clap. And what we used to like to do when we were kids, we'd be bored. It'd be 1 or 2 in the morning. We loved to scare ourselves. And there was this cemetery in Baltimore that was famous for this big black, what do you call them, gargoyle sort of angel statue. And it was called Black Aggie. And if you sat in it and you said Black Aggie 3 times, you were supposed to die. Like, that's what everyone heard. You know, you've all heard those legends and shit. So we go down into the city, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. In this cemetery, no one has any business being in this neighborhood. No one. And we creep in, and there's like 5 or 6 of us. And we're, it's fucking scary as shit. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And we've got little flashlights, and we're in this old-ass cemetery. And, East Coast, Maryland's one of the original 13 colonies. We're seeing fucking grave markers in the early 1800s. And we're like, oh, this is so scary. And then you just see this foggy, like, moonlight over here, and we're like, oh, my God. And it was monster. Like, these wings were big as shit. And my friend goes, and he's first. He goes and sits in it. And I'm just so nervous. I'm like, dude, just don't say it. Just don't say it. But say it. Say it 3 times. You got to say it 3 times real fast. And he said, Black Aggie, Black Aggie, Black Aggie. And then we heard this BAM! Like that. And oh my God, gunshot behind us. We haul ass back to our little Nissan Sentra, okay? We get in the car. It's all steamy because we're sweaty. And my friend writes red rum backwards in the steam so that people that pull up next to us can see it. And as he's writing red rum, that hip-hop song, the first time we'd ever heard it came out, Murder, She Wrote. Murder, she wrote. While he was waiting, we were like, ah! We just screamed for 20 minutes till we got fucking home, and that was Satan in the car with us. What's next? Marriage. Yeah, you yelled that one out twice. You really want somebody to talk about marriage. I was in the back. I'll give it to you then. What kind of marriage? Do you have a specific type of marriage? There's a lot of marriage out there. There's forced. There's bought. There's, business. Do you have a preference for what type of marriage you'd like me to discuss? Oh, how about that? Look at that. Flip that one on you. So I get my take. All right. How about polygamy? That's a type of marriage, right? Right? So I know religious, you'll see Mormons sometimes all have multiple wives. I want to ask you a question. I can't see it because the lights are so bright, but I'm looking in your vicinity. If that was possible for a woman, would you take, let's say, 3 husbands? Oh, yeah. You would? Yeah. You're fired up about it. So are you married right now? No. Maybe that's why you're so gung-ho about 3. Then you'd be like, I think I bit off more than I can chew, maybe literally. 3 husbands. 3 husbands is like fucking 30 husbands. You don't want to put up with 3 fucking guys. You know how disgusting we are? Every guy in here knows how disgusting we are. You want 3 times that? Just have 1 husband and 2 boys. You could groom them up, I don't know. I think marriage is, I'll say this. I grew up obviously here in this country, and I'm a product of divorce. Most of my friends are. I think I've read that the rate's maybe 50, 60%. But I watched that, what is the movie? The documentary where, it's an Indian documentary where they're trying to find him a wife, and they're sending, you know what I'm talking about? It's so good. You know what I'm talking about? Arranged marriage, anyway. Anyway, every one of them, they're still together. Like, they were made to be together, and they figured it out. Like, oh, yeah, and it's worked. Like, we all sit and go, that is crazy to have to be assigned to somebody like that. And then fast forward 50, 60 years, they're still together. We're on wife number 3, 4, 5. I mean, if anybody wants to hook me up with some arranged marriage shit, let me know. I think it's going to be my way, because I'll tell you what, everything I've done so far, it has been a big swing and a miss. Know what I'm saying, girl? Let's talk after the show. I'm available. You know what I'm saying? I could be one of your 3. I'm low maintenance. I'm out a lot. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm Ryan Sickler. That's my time. Thank you.
Ryan Sickler, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you guys having a good time so far? Getting the vibe of the show, feeling it out, getting your suggestions out there, getting more comfortable. I like it. Give it up for yourselves one more time, guys. Get some energy in this room. You guys are killing it. I'm instilling even more confidence in you guys because you guys are great. Now I'm going to bring up your next comedian. I want you to make it loud for this next guy. He's one of my best friends. You know him from his special One Shot on Netflix. You know him from roasting Snoop Dogg. You know him from the hit #1 live podcast in the world, Kill Tony. Please welcome my brother, Tony Hinchcliffe, to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I like it like this. Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Jeremiah.
Oh, hey.
Is this how, I forgot that you sit over there.
Unless you don't want me to.
No, it's cool. No, I like it. I'm just saying I forgot. For a second, I thought a new audience member walked in, and I'm like, no, there's no way that's possible. And I was right. It was you.
It was me the whole time, man.
It's a hot room. Hi, guys. I feel like we really haven't connected at all yet. I feel like the bad guy already. I feel like you guys don't like me. And I sort of like it that way. So many people are so likable, happy. Sometimes I like to get people that don't like me to like me. Yeah. So maybe you not liking me immediately is exactly what I want. I'll take a suggestion now, for the love of God. No, not you. I fucking know you, dude. This isn't some fan's shortcut to writing a new Tony Hinchcliffe joke. That's not how this shit works for a second. I know you. You sign up for my show every week. Don't be a psychopath, all right? This is a new joke that I'm writing right now for the first time ever, which is what I came here to do. See what I could fucking come up with. And this is a new joke called Don't Be a Psychopath. Oh, you groaned at that. You know this guy? Was that too much? Oh, fuck, man.
He likes your old stuff better, dude.
Anyway, anybody but the human being that knows me. Oh, God. Donald Trump and sex life at the same time. Donald Trump, sex life. My guess is that this guy's fucking a lot. Really is, right? I mean, he's got a fucking hot wife. He gets to do whatever he wants with her. Let's face those facts. Paid for or not paid for. She's got to take it when she gets it. You can't just walk around wearing gold robes and shit and then not fuck the dick that pays for the robes. You can't not fuck the dick that pays for the fancy shit. This fucking cheese plates. Yeah, while you ladies go and get a fucking cup of fucking Dannon shit yogurt out of the fridge because you want a snack. You know what? Can you guess what she's snacking on? The things that you just fucking rationalize in your head. Like, oh, banana's delicious. Is it really? It's fucking peasant fruit, is what it is. Grows right off of fucking trees. Okie dokie. Sometimes I have to really tap into the inner demon to try to, this is a different show. All right.
I feel like I feel like that's a two-way mirror right now, and there's a focus group on the other side of the mirror. And they're like, we told this entire audience to not make a noise during all of these stand-up comedian sets. Let's see what they do.
Oh, okay, so you guys were like this before I got here. Good to know. I'm putting it all together. I like it.
The energy's been riveting in this
I
room.
feel like the study group is on this side of the mirror. And there's some study group on the other side just cracking up laughing. They're at some fucking state-of-the-art comedy show called Study Group. I love that. Being in a band. Traveling and having to communicate with other people. It's not easy. There's many more. It's much easier to be a stand-up comedian. Well, not really. No, that's not true. You think it's a got you game, lady? Did you hear that?
Oh, I heard that
What is
energy.
going on in
Hey,
here?
I did not train them for this kind of energy. The got
Where
you
did
kind of
you-
energy.
Did you
Is
put-
that the LA barbecue woman? Who was that?
These are evil people in here, Jeremiah.
Hey, man.
Where did you promote this show? In YouTube comments? This is fucking Trollville out there. And your suggestions. Oh, Donald Trump? Who needs more Donald Trump jokes? This fucking shut up, lady. You're yapping too much right now. Way too aggressive. Save it for later in the show when everybody's drunker. Just hold your horses. Too much energy for right now. I didn't say you said Donald Trump sex life. I know what you said. I'm a fucking professional comedian. I know what you said. This is your little first fucking comedy show. I do this shit every night. This is nothing to me. This is fucking, this is guinea pig land. You understand? I came here to maybe get a joke or something out of this. Don't freak out at me. Just take a fucking breath. Stop responding every time I stop talking. Breathe. This guy said fucking Donald Trump. You said sex life. I didn't say that it was officially one. Fuck, man. I mean, I've never really, this is like, I do a thing sometimes lately, a new hobby where I have a flight simulator, and one of them is on my iPad, and you can fly fucking planes, and you figure out how to fly the actual commercial planes. And you can fly 747s, fucking just massive, crazy fucking planes. And you learn how to do it after doing it enough. And this reminds me of flying a plane, this set, except sometimes you crash coming right off the fucking runway. It actually happens quite a lot because wind is its own crazy thing, and wind really decides what the fuck a plane does. So sometimes it just comes from sideways, its first fucking gust. And it's a fiery fucking plane crash on those big planes. That's a lot of people that just die immediately. They really never saw it coming. I mean, let's face it, all the people that are afraid of flying, when are they most afraid? When they hit a cloud. That's not when it happens. Those plane crashes never happen. It's never like the plane hit a cloud. It's fucking gusts of wind, either on takeoff or landing. What was my point again? This was a takeoff, crash on takeoff, and it still is. Next suggestion. Columbus Day. What'd they do? They changed it to something, right?
Indigenous People Day.
Got you. Fucking got you.
Who comes to a comedy show to say, I got you?
I know. It's unbelievable.
That's like someone stewing all day.
God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was just about to start talking about Columbus Day. There's a lot of pressure right now. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
What are you going to do when artificial intelligence replaces you?
Probably not much more than I'm able to do as a physical human being. I mean, AI is going to replace all of us, right? It really already has. What we do, 50% of the day at least, is decided by what the computer connected to our butt says. I thought about this a lot when Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan a few weeks ago. How many of you saw that by a round of applause? I heard it. That was the fucking scariest movie I've seen in like 10 years. That podcast. So there you go. That one's not bad. It's a one little line. Maybe write a Elon Musk, Joe Rogan podcast joke, right? I mean, no, it really is. You know, it's one of those things to where if you mix some things, you know, if you mix like prescription pain pills and alcohol, it's a bad effect. And if you mix pot and that podcast, it's really the same thing. If you smoke pot and watch Elon Musk and Joe Rogan talk about shit, it's really not even Joe. I love Joe. He just he created the opportunity for us. But it was really just watching Elon Musk talk. He didn't even hit that fucking joint, by the way. That was the most pussy-ass fucking hit of a joint I've ever seen in my life. Just enough to get him in trouble. I feel like I really would have had a good set in front of a live audience tonight. I really feel like my beats, my timing, I thought a lot of my ideas were great, my angles. I thought it was great when I wouldn't let you overtalk me because you're so used to it, and just because you don't have a protest sign in your hand right now. Oh, thanks a lot. I had a lot of fun with you guys here tonight. You know, sometimes everyone survives the plane crash. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Tony Hinchcliffe, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what did I say, guys? The positive energy keeps building and building in this room. You can feel it all around you. It's like a warm hug that's happening, and I think all of us are contributing to it. It feels really nice. I'm going to keep the energy going in here because, you know, we got to keep some kind of momentum going. This next comedian coming to the stage, she is absolutely one of my favorites to watch. You know her from 24. She's in a couple great movies that are coming out, that are out right now, and she's got another one coming out. Please welcome Lynn Rajskub to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Your fucking phone fell. Sorry. I was thinking of Tony Hinchcliffe. So aggressive. I did this randomly at home, and no, it wasn't even that. That was crazy. I just did like a little one of those at home out of the blue. And my 10-year-old son goes, "You can't thrust, Mom." Like, Mandy got in trouble for thrusting at school. And I was like, I can thrust. It's one of my better qualities. But then I thought about it, and I was like, dude, a fucking thrust is the opposite of your goddamn flossing. It's just this direction. So take it easy. Why not thrusting? All right, what's the topic? Hurry, before I get tired. Pump night? Crumb night? Prom night. Let's see. First I thought you said pump night, you know what I'm saying? Then I thought you said crumb night. You know where my head's at. Crumb cake night? Why not? Guess what I did the other day? I made a layered coffee cake for the hospitality committee at my son's private communist school. What's up? I was like, sorry, can't be in town. Let me make... This fucking thing had a layer of cake, then like a cinnamon layer, then a goddamn cheesecake layer. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then like some other crumble that's just like butter and brown sugar, and you whip it up. By the way, the cheesecake was just like tubes of Philadelphia cream cheese, like eggs or something, and vanilla. It was fucking delicious. It was heavy. It was super heavy. Just like my prom night. What's up? We're back. That's how you transition. Thought I forgot about it? I didn't. Guess what my prom night was? Me going with a good friend of mine and thinking I was gonna have sex for the first time. And then it was sex of sorts. He came super fast, like within a half a second. Like, I don't think anyone had ever touched him in any way. Like, not even his pants really were, like, outside. Like, nothing rubbed against him. He kept everything at arm's length. And then there on my parents' family room floor, it was like, oh, touching them, like, bleh. And then that was his penis. So romantic. And then shortly after that, he confided in me that he thought he was gay. What a puzzle. Comes too fast, but is gay. Trusted me enough to prematurely ejaculate and not be straight. Do you understand what I'm saying? Life is complex. It's deep. It's not always what we think it is.
Did that like build your confidence at all? You're like, I'm so hot, I made him come in like 0.5 seconds.
He's gay and I made him come. Didn't give me confidence. I don't know. What do you fucking think, Jeremiah?
I think so. I mean,
I
look
moved
at
to
you.
Los Angeles in my 20s, didn't realize how hot I was. I was like, can I play the gremlin? And then Hollywood was like, yes, you can. Why don't you play the weirdo with no fucking makeup and the girl who's like too nervous to stand? Why don't you do that for 10 years and waste your prime hotness time? That's how much it built my confidence. Someone was talking about dosing ayahuasca the other night. I went to this comedy show, like a festival where they had a comedy booth, and I didn't know. It was like day of. I was like, is this promoted? Like, are people? And I'm like, no one got back to me. And I was like, what is this? And I drive to Modesto, and I realized that's where it was. And I realized why no one was getting back to me. They were in a dirt parking lot, like walkie-talkies, and it was like mostly a rave where there was like a comedy tent. And I'm carrying a bag like with my good jeans and boots in it, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like adults in Cub Scout outfits, dapping. That's where you heat up really strong weed that's in wax. Come on.
Yeah, dabbing, yeah.
You know what? I don't like their attitude. I came out here with a positive energy, dabbing. My babysitter's like that too. I left the house tonight. Yeah, I got a babysitter to come here. You motherfuckers. Chip up. You're at a comedy show. I'm paying someone to be here right now so I can do my dabs in the parking lot. I'll take a dab. Heat it up. Get me fucked up faster. But the young people were talking about, like, because that's what you talk about. That's a deep combo when you're fucking 23. You're in a circle and you're like, what was your ayahuasca trip like? No way. And I was interested. I'm playing cool guy now, but I like that shit. I like suicide, drug trips, like addict. That's always a good conversation. But on the other hand, the one guy said to me, like, would you do it or something? And he's like, he goes, you have to be really lost to do it. And for the first time in my life, guys, I was like, I am not lost. I don't need to do that. Dab. I mean, I might need to do it after this set here tonight, because I feel like I'm in a K-hole right now. What's up? Hey, guys, it's just a little rave talk. Standing in line for the falafel wrap was all they had left, and this guy in front of us, he was a scary dude. He was like, he looked Samoan. I'm not trying to racially profile, but I guess I am. But he was big, and he had like face tattoos. It was super friendly. Everybody was really friendly at the rave/comedy tent, falafel dust bar, bug parade. There was a frog on the ground. I saw a frog. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't need you guys for fucking topics at all, turns out. So the guy in front of me, he was like, I'm gonna go out of line. I gotta go check in with my girl, and I just did some K. And so then he comes back in the line after a while. It was a really long line. It was the only food truck open, and he's like, I'm at the top of the 9th inning. Like, he had just done another line of ketamine. And then the guy I was with, my new rave friend, Nick, he pulled out his phone just like real innocently to like go like, look at the time. He goes, oh my gosh, it's 8:30 and like you're peaking already. And on his phone was a picture of Alaska with a road and like snow on either side of the road, like trees, like a beautiful winter scene. And he pulls it up to look at the time, and the guy goes, whoa, look at that. It's 1 line of ketamine and 1 line of coke. I'm like, dude, how do you see that when you look at that picture? And then, like, he finally gets up to the front of the line. Oh, the other thing he said about it, he goes, yeah, I like this vibe here. Do you like how I just made him my Valley girl? Like, no, he's like the big guy. He's like, yeah, I like the vibe here. Because, everybody's cool, and we're just at this campground in Modesto, and there's no security. Like, at the club, it's like, security's always like, you, get the fuck out of here. So I like it here. I was like, I wish there was more security here. That, I want you to have them to have the ability to kick you out if you're falling down a K-hole and you don't know what's happening. So he gets up to the front of the booth, and he cannot order because he just snorted a bunch of K, and he's just like really thinking about it. And then the girl has lost her voice, so she's like, we have a falafel roll. And there's music pumping in the food truck. She's like, we also have a lamb gyro, and we have the falafel wrap. And the guy's just like standing here. And then he finally just wanders away, and then we get up there, and she was like, yeah, that was hard. The comedy show is powerful, as you can imagine. It's kind of like you guys if you were like mellow and sweet and had done drugs all day. You guys are kind of like, we had to work, our time is limited, we're sort of uptight, we can't drink that much, and what the fuck is this show that we're in? That's your vibe. We should all go to Modesto tonight and microdose some shit. What's one more topic? I got the light, but I feel like I didn't take any topics. I'm gonna do this topic in like 2 seconds. Go. Teriyaki? Did you say teriyaki? I love it. Yeah, I heard her. You know why I don't want to talk about turning 30? Let's talk about turning fucking 40, you goddamn assholes. That's right, bitch. That's right. Turning 30. God bless you. That's so cute. Maybe when you're 30, you'll stop talking about your ayahuasca trips and get a fucking goddamn clue. No, turning 30. Do you want like advice or fucking break up with him and stop doing coke. That's all I can say. All right, thanks a lot. You guys are amazing.
Marilyn Rajskub, everybody! Yeah, we're building. You feel it? It feels good in here. Just an injection of joy that just came through the stage. That was amazing. One more time for Marilyn Rajskub. Your next comedian coming to stage, one of my favorite improvisers and stand-up comedians. He's got multiple comedy specials out. You may have seen him on Portlandia. Please welcome Moshe Kasher to the stage, everybody. Yes!
All right, huh? I don't know what these other comedians are talking about insulting you guys as an audience. You guys are a great audience. Yeah, you guys are fucking, you guys rule. You guys, big time laughers, very generous with your laughter. You guys are cool guys. You audience, my fave. Let's keep that energy rolling right along, because here's a podcast episode. Yeah. Don't touch that dial, listener, because I'm about to comedy in your face right now.
Comedy in the
I got a fat load built up
right.
of
Of
comedy,
laughs.
of laugh,
Okay, yeah.
of fucking laughter come.
Yeah.
And I'm about to
Spurt it.
Splurt.
Yeah.
I'm about to ski.
Sky.
I'm about to Skype. I'm
I'm about to Skype
I'm
later,
about to
dude.
Skype into this podcast
Yeah,
right
dude.
now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and be like, da-da. Wait, what's the sound that Skype makes? No, yeah, okay, that's it. I almost went da-da-dun, da-da-dun. That's how much I know about football. I think it's Skype.
The Sports Center theme?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's a
I
Sports
thought
Center
it was
theme.
Monday. What's Monday Night Football?
Oh, maybe that's Monday Night Football.
Any man here? This one's for you. No, I'm taking a knee. There we go. Hell yeah. I made a political anti-Trump physical joke that no one will know about, but the people who are here in this intimate, awesome crowd. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Coach T, did you manage to find that clip that quickly?
Oh shit. Wait, that's a different. Is that da-da-da?
That's Monday Night
that's
Football.
Monday night. I've been watching a lot of Ballers, so now I feel like I know a lot about football. But mostly I know a lot about The Rock's smile lines. He's got like he's so perfect, isn't he? So how does this works by you telling me things, right? Then I straight up go off on them. I don't care any topic. I'll bust it. What's up? Has anyone done that trick yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, you. He what? He said evolution. I talk about the truth in my comedy. That's, you know what I'm saying? When you get to your truth, everybody knows. If you've watched even one television program centered around the lifestyle of stand-up comedians, which there cannot be enough, you will know that every great comedian really blossoms when they get on stage and they stop telling jokes and they just start telling the truth. You know what I mean? It's like joke and no one laughs, and then joke and no one laughs, and then joke and no one laughs, and then you're like, I was molested by my father. And then an agent is like, oh, that was, wow, brilliant, baby. That's what it's about. So I'm not going to discuss evolution on a stage built on truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would I bring another man's lies? My brother was once my brother's a rabbi, and he was once in seminary, in this really religious seminary. I'm only talking to you because I only know you, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But I've never performed in front of an audience before, so I'm terrified of you. But I know this person.
Yeah,
So
hi.
my brother was in seminary in this really hardcore, like super religious Jewish yeshiva. It's called yeshiva. That's a word for where they count the money. It doesn't matter. So he was reading Lord of the Rings, and this other seminary student came up to him, and he's like, what is this? What is this book? And he's like, I'm just fucking J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings. And the guy goes, oh, I would never read fiction. Fiction? Why would I want to read another man's lies? I just always thought that was the most like disturbing picture of religiosity But evolution's a trip, y'all, because it's like it's like you go to the Canary Islands, right? And you got a finch with one kind of beak, and then you look down the island, it's another kind of beak. I'm like, how they get different beaks up in here? Get me back on the beagle. Let's ride, bitch. This was Ghetto Darwin. This has been another installation of Ghetto Darwin.
I love that character, Ghetto Darwin.
Ghetto Darwin.
Man, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you.
Man, hold up.
All right, we came from monkeys,
Hold
y'all.
up. I'm looking. It's like there's got to be some kind of selection in here, but what kind? It seemed natural though. It seemed natural.
Yeah, it seemed natural. Okay.
It's the right kind. But now, hey, anyway, it's like, man, yeah, you know, I'm a street hog, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, on these streets where I'm from, dog, it's like, if you don't knuckle up, you get knuckled down. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do I survive in these streets? Well, I got to get fit, baby. Survival of the fittest, dog. That's why I'm in the yard lifting weights every day. This got racist. Everybody's uncomfortable. Let's move along. New topic.
But I had one more.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'll take you home to my place. Why don't I show you my Big Bang Theory in my bedroom? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, there's a reason that one didn't work,
Yeah,
Jeremiah, and I'll tell you why.
that's totally fine. I just had to get it out
it's
there.
not that it wasn't funny. It was funny, but it was scientifically grossly inaccurate because Darwin had nothing to do with the Big Bang Theory. He did not.
Okay.
No, that's fucking Kunal. There's Chuck Lorre Productions, and it's Blossom. You remember Blossom?
I remember Blossom. Yeah.
One of the boyfriends from Roseanne,
Right.
and Jim Parsons. So
Okay.
I don't even know why you're bringing Darwin into this.
I'm just mixing the streams there.
Okay. Two comedians raising. How about I raise you one comedian and it's the 1980s comedy classic 3 Men and a Baby. IMDb that shit, youngster. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Steve Guttenberg, the best of the Bergs. Tom Selleck, he went into an NRA area later in life, but I still like the mustache. And also another actor that I don't remember. It was Ted Danson, who's in The Good Place now, which I was recently in. A Star is Born. It is me. Fuck you guys, man. Oh, no, wait, I don't mean that. I mean, I love you guys, man. Yeah.
He's learning. It's almost like he figured out survival of the fittest. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hammer time. Now, two comedians raising a baby. Oh, that's like my life. That's no joke. I'm doing physical stuff right now. They're laughing at it. All right. What about you, Miss? Do you have a topic for me? Beer? This feels like not a great time for comedy, beer-related comedy. Do you know what I'm talking about? I sort of feel like this isn't really an area for beer jokes. You know what I'm saying? Kavanaugh situation. All right. I thought that would get a thing, and it got a nothing. But that's fine. Beer. I don't drink. I haven't been drunk. It's been a minute.
Like 30 minutes, though.
It's been a minute. I haven't had a drink in 24 years.
Wow.
And look how young. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Taboo. You fucking bully bitch, motherfucker. I'm gonna go downstairs and drink tonight because of that. And then what? Did anyone see A Star Is Born?
Not yet. Is it good?
Yeah, but you know what happens at the end? A crazy thing. No, I'm kidding. That'd be such a bad podcast episode. When I drank, what did I drink? You've been to a comedy show before. You've seen the old Johnny Carson. What did I drink?
What?
Yup. That's like the updated version of how drunk was he?
Yeah.
I drank strictly whatever gangster rappers rapped about is what I would drink.
That's what you seek out?
That's what was in my mind. So I would drink top of the line wine, Carlos Rossi. I would drink St. Ides. I would drink gin and juice because of my man Snoop.
Yeah.
I would drink Mad Dog 2020, Cisco, as they called it, liquid crack. And what else? Old English.
Not the thong song guy?
No, not that. I would drink Cisco's cum, though.
Yeah.
I would take that thong down.
Okay.
And he would let me see that cum. But the only thing I wouldn't drink was Mickey's because that was for white kids. I didn't fuck with that. So, all right, what else? Oh, I'm doing it by selection now, right? Natural selection.
Yeah.
I'll just naturally select you. Yes, sir. Stoners? I like a stoner. I have a hierarchy of drug, because I'm like I said, I'm a sober person. Maybe not for long after that guy went off, but I have a hierarchy of pleasant to be around in terms of drug use. Does anybody want to guess number one worst? Number one worst. Worst kind of of intoxicated to be around. Anybody? It's alcohol with a fucking with a hard bullet, 100%. Such a huge bullet, like a really drunk person. You know what's fucked up and awful about a really drunk person is that they miss every social cue except the part where you're like, I actually am not liking this interaction. They immediately pick up on that, like, fuck you, motherfucker. But every other hint that I laced along, like, oh, I really gotta kind of, actually, I gotta get going, got a wife and kids, life, breath situation, a little bit. They don't, none of that. But the moment you're like, this is actually making me uncomfortable. Like, you want a fucking box, bitch? So that's number one is alcohol with a bullet. Somebody else said number two. It was cocaine, 100% cocaine. I would say number two, cocaine, because meth, at least with meth, yes, they'll talk a lot, but they'll talk about like ideas and they'll build things. If you have like a project, if you have something wrong with your car or anything like that, they're down to like wrench on your car, build an extra bench on the back. Coke, it's just like, oh, did I tell you about me? Have I told you about me? I've been doing all this me stuff, and me has been cool for me because I'm me and me and me, and then me, and I'm awesome. And my brain, you know what I think? My thoughts go like this. So it's Coke for sure. Then I'll go with meth. Number three. Okay, so that's three. Okay, number four, I guess I would say heroin. I don't really consider heroin. Heroin's actually probably the best one. Because that's just like you're spending time with yourself. You know what I mean? Like that person's not there. They're sleepy. They're not. It's like, what's upsetting about seeing somebody sleep next to you? I think it's cute, actually. I think heroin and the entire opioid epidemic is adorable. But so I'll do heroin then. Then I'll do stoners. I think stoners are awesome. They're just regular. I don't even really feel like they're like regular, but a little bit of spicy fun. And to me, the best is for sure like psychedelics. Like there's nothing better than hanging out with somebody on psychedelics because it's like, you know, if I get close enough and like if I eat your breath, like I get high. You know what I mean? Like my mind. Guess how, but you guys have made me high because of what a great audience you've been, and I've been Moshe Kasher. Thank you. I love you.
Moshe Kasher! Guys, do you hear that? Do you feel that? The decibels keep rising here. Get out, keep going! Please welcome to the stage one of my besties, Brian Redban, guys. Come on! Yes!
Hey! Okay. I got 2 stone today, so this is gonna be really fun. I looked upside down on my bed and just like imagine a fake world on my ceiling, you know, where you have like the step over things that, you know, that's on your ceiling. You ever done that? All right, let's go. You. Cats. You know, I used to be a big cat guy, like my whole life, cats. Until you get cat pee. The worst thing about getting cat pee, it never goes away. No matter what you go on Amazon, what you buy, vinegar, salt, pepper, whatever the fuck it is, you're never gonna make the right thing to make that smell go away. And I used to date girls, and they would have to come to my house, and the only way to get it off my couch was to like overinvest in every kind of powder and spray, like Febreze. Like I would like crack a Febreze like over my thing and just pour it all over my couch. And then just take like carpet powder and like just everything. And so when they would sit down, this little poof of carpet powder would come down. Fuck cats, you know, I'm sorry. Like I grew up always having a cat. I used to be the best cat guy ever, but that cat pee, there has to all right, after cancer, figure out cat pee, all right? Because I mean, I want a cat so bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I miss it. When like the old cat I used to have, I would put like Ben Gay on his paws and like give him catnip, and those two things together, you'll never see a cat like that. That's the greatest thing. He can't feel his fucking paws, and he's fucked up. He's walking around like it's ice, you know, and there's not. It's just carpet, you know. Like, all right, what's another one? Netflix and chill. All right, you mean fingering? Yeah. You know, it's weird, like being sober and trying to finger. That's why I can never be sober, because there's no way I'm going over to a girl's house. Like, let's watch the new Batman. I'm like, oh, the Batgirl. You guys see that picture of the Batgirl today? It was Batman in drag. They're like, look at it. It's just Batman with a red wig on, like fucking Jessica Rabbit or something like that. All right, well, I don't know how I got into that, but I mean, like imagine being like sober, like these sober people. Like, I'm sorry if there's a lot of sober people here. It's really hard. Blah blah blah. You got molested. Fuck off. You know, like.
Why is that the only option?
Fuck you, sober man.
That's coming from me, a sober guy.
Yeah. Look how heated he's getting. Because he's missing out. Because I have no idea. If you were single, Jeremiah, and you were at the Applebee's and you had a couple margaritas in you, you could finger a girl. But if you're at the Applebee's during a lunch service, like, you will never be able to finger that girl with no alcohol.
You're changing the scenario, though.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, the first one you're like, dude, if you're at Apple, and then the second one's like, all right, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. You're at a bar with a girl. You can't finger her sober. You gotta get some alcohol in.
Yes, math. That's why no one likes math. All right, what's another subject? Water parks. All right, the water parks are awesome. Like, I miss the day of not being fat as fuck and where I like hairy and these big areolas and shit like that. I can't go to a pool party or a water park anymore. Back in the day, I didn't care. I was fucking no boner Brian, you know, like. And my favorite thing was going to a water park, and there was this part where you could stop yourself. So when your friend's coming, he stops and goes, "Hey, Brian, let me through this curve." And then this fat woman would come, and then right when I see her come around the corner, I'm like, "Bye," and he would just get fucked. It was like a cannonball. It was the best thing. That's what I miss about water parks, is knowing every loop and everything, because you just get dropped off there by a divorced mom every day, you know? All right, what's another one? Halloween. All right, good one. You know, last year I spent $300 on Amazon Prime, and I was Pickle Rick, and it took a lot of money and makeup, and it was crazy. The year before, I was fat Indiana Jones. I had to buy everything 2XL, and but it was like I just started dating a new little Asian girl, and she was like 7. Well, I mean, I adopted her at 17. She's 18 now. But I bought her like the exact like short round hat like from the movie on eBay, and she was my little short round 18-year-old girl. It's great. This year, I was gonna be fat Deadpool, and I got Facebook scammed. Like, there was this video, like, look at this costume. It's like $30 right now. And I waited, and it came finally from China, and I opened it up, and it was the worst Deadpool costume. Like, it was supposed to have leather boots and shit like that. This was literally like pajamas, like yoga pants that you could see through. And like, it was the worst. Like, I might do it still, but I like but I think I threw it away. Like it was disgusting. All right. Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. I don't know. There's nothing funny about that. Fire service? Car service. All right. I grew up. I for my whole life until I moved to LA. I fixed my own car. I replaced alternators, like brake pads, oil, like I replaced an engine. My first car was a Renault Alliance, and it was a 1984 Renault Alliance. I bought it for $1 from my cousin. I don't even think I gave her $1. It was for tax reasons or something. And it was so beat up, and my dad taught me how to fucking re-plaster it and repaint it, and it was like a cool thing. It was like, fuck Matchbox cars or whatever. I'm actually making my own car. It's really sweet. But when you move to LA and it's like $20, like, what the fuck? Fuck you, Dad. Like, that's the dumbest lesson I've ever learned. Like, don't pay $20. Do it yourself. Fuck off. I Postmates every day. Like, I don't know about you guys. I Postmates so hardcore. I wish they had like a program though. Like the more you Postmates, you get free Postmates.
That's the most first world class problem I've ever heard. Guys, you know, we all need to start a petition. But if you Postmate it every day.
Jeremiah, we do a other podcast together called Kill Tony, and every time there is a Postmates person, or whatever, Uber Eats or whatever the fuck it is, I always ask them the same question: do you ever eat from the bag? All of them have said yes. Doesn't that fucking freak you out?
Yeah.
Their poopy, itchy butthole fingers are touching your curly fries.
First of all, why do they all have poopy fingers?
Because they're Uber drivers itching their butt all day. They're sitting on their ass. Their hemorrhoids are popping out. It's like sitting on a bubble.
Don't you?
Have I been up enough? Like.
One more suggestion, I guess.
All right, one more suggestion. Burning Man. Fuck Burning Man. Like, are you a Burning Man person? Have you ever been to Burning Man? Exactly. You know what? I went to a festival this weekend. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm a big fan of them, but the festival was a stage on one side, a stage on the other side, and in the middle, just a bunch of concrete. There was one part where if you were 21 or over, you can drink in this little section. There was no seats or chairs except 7 benches throughout the whole place. I'm 44. Do you know what the fuck I did? I walked in, I was like, what the fuck? Where do I stand? What do I do? Like, there's nothing here except one shitty band over here and one shitty band over here. Like, I was in the middle. Like, now that's stuck in the middle with you. Like I was looking at my girlfriend, I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like, we stayed there for an hour and a half. There's nothing funny about that, right? What's something else? I don't want to talk about that anymore. Breaking down with old cars. All right, another car thing. Anything else? Getting fired. All right, I'll tell you a great joke. This is actually a real story about getting fired. I used to work at Hollywood Video. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, where's my Hollywood Video bitches at? Fuck Blockbuster. All right. I don't know what that was about. But so I was supposed to be assistant manager at Hollywood Video, and I worked there for 1.5 hours. And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm ever working at this place. Like, we had 3 employees that day. We had the general manager, who was this woman that was just the most dumbest person I've ever met in my life. Like she was so fucking stupid. Like she would point at movies and go, I don't know what's going on with this. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? That's Wayne's World. Like, is that confusing you? Like, all right. Anyways, let's cut. So, hour and a half after this job, I was like, you know what? I need to get the fuck out of here. How do I do this? I'm like, can I go take a smoke break? Oh, yeah, you could go out front around corner. And I'm like, all right. And I just got in my car and I left. And this was a time of my period where I had no money. I was donating plasma just to buy weed and pay for rent. And I would use my roommate's ID and do it twice more than I'm supposed to do it. Like, plasma, you know? Yikes, what was I doing? That was because weed was so expensive. And it was like now you could get it for free. You fucking become a YouTube celebrity or something, right? Anyways, I quit that job, but I was so broke, and I was about to get evicted. And then I get a page on my pager. At the time, I had a pager. And it was Hollywood Video. And I called them back. And they go, hey, you got, like, paycheck here. Like, I don't know if you want to pick it up or something. I'm like, fuck that. I was there for an hour and a half. I don't want to get $20. I'm like, that's embarrassing to go to a Hollywood Video after you left to get 20. But then I was that poor that I was like, you know what? I need that $20. That Steak and Shake or something like that, right? So I went there, and the whole staff had been fired. No one, like, this is a whole new staff. They were all new people. Like, and they just go, here you go. And they give me an envelope. I opened it up. It was 4 paychecks. It was 4 paychecks for a salary for an assistant manager for 4 months. Like, it was like thousands of dollars. And I was like, what? And so I went to every Big Bear, like Big Bear used to be a grocery store. I went to their, like, to check, you know, you go to a grocery store to check your, like, sketchy checks. You can get them cash there. And I went to 4 different grocery stores. All right, that's my time. I'm Brian Redban.
Brian Redban. Dude, that story is so funny, Redban. Like, it sounds totally so old school. Like, back in my day, I used to have to sell plasma for marijuana. It's like, what? What century did you grow up in? We had just found it with the cavemen. We found it next to the brush. Your next comedian come to the stage. What can I say about this guy? He's from Chicago. I love him. You may have seen him or heard him on the Joe Rogan Experience. He's been on Showtime. He has a comedy special. It's great. It's also on Showtime. Please welcome my pal Andrew Santino to the stage. Yeah.
Oh, Busta Rhymes, man, what a fucking great song that was when rappers used to still rap. Where did that go? Where did all that jazz go, Coach T? Where did all that good old, fun, cool black guy stuff go to? Now it's all shitty, mumble, tattoo face people. Yeah, tattoos on your face.
That's cool, right?
Nope, it's not at all. It's the opposite of cool. It's the dumbest goddamn shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's on your face. It's your fucking face.
You don't have a backup. You don't have a backup plan though. If you do that,
You don't have any
going all
plan.
in.
You put tattoos on your fucking face. You're a fucking moron. Somebody in here, if you have a tattoo on your face, you're a fucking idiot. So say it right to your face with tattoos on it. You're a fucking idiot. It's the dumbest goddamn shit I've ever seen in my life. On your fucking face. There's a guy that has 69 on his face. Do you know that guy?
69 Tekashi.
Yeah, it's all over his face.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That's going to be my prediction for America.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what are we talking about? 69 on his fucking face. When he's like, well, see, that's funny. I was going to say when he gets old and he's like a grandpa and it's like, but that kid's going to die young, so it doesn't fucking matter. I don't know. No, I mean, just being honest, there's no way the kid's going to live. That kid's, you know, I mean, those people are supposed to die young. If you don't die young and you're one of those people, it's even more depressing. Like, I saw that guy at the gas station last night. I saw an old, like, 70-something-year-old, like, hardcore tatted up dudes with, like, Fred Durst socks on. You know, like, remember when Fred Durst would wear, like, knee-high socks with long shorts? Remember that? Is anybody old enough to remember that? He would wear knee-high socks with long shorts. So he could have just wore pants. But he had that, and he had, like, a fucking... God, what was it? It was a basketball jersey, but not a basketball team. That was cool. In '96 was like FUBU made basketball jerseys or Jinko jeans made basketball jerseys. But he wore a jersey, but he was tatted up all over his neck, and he was filling up gas in this like really old sad car. It just made me really sad. I was like, he thought he was gonna fucking die young, but now he lived forever. Like, like all of his buddies died in their 30s partying, and he's just fucking stuck around. That guy's got to be so bummed the fuck out. Why didn't I die? I think I want to die. I think I want to die relatively young. I either want to die. I want to die relatively young, or I want to die. I want to be like 140. You know, I want to be fucking gross old, like weird, where like my arm will fall off in the middle of the day. And the technology's so good, they just put it back on. Like, we got to keep him alive. He's the oldest fucking ginger we have. That's it.
He's the last one.
He's the remaining ginge. He's a dinosaur.
The sun became so strong because of the atmosphere. He is the last surviving ginger.
Imagine I get burnt inside a house. The sun rays are so strong, I'm getting like burnt through I can't be near windows. I'm the future of vampires. This is what vampires. All right, who has a thing? Who has any of the things that have the thing? Did I set you off with me being mean about tattoo faces? I thought that was a pretty...
That's great.
I figured that would be a kind of a...
The gingers become vampires in the future?
We are the vampires that you talked about. Yeah, that was just like that was an allegory for gingers. That's really what it was.
Your teeth start getting sharper because you're like whittling away at food.
Well, because we grind our teeth because we're mad and we can't be outside. We're just angry about it. I want to go outside. I grind my teeth and then, I start eating. Well, when you think about it, did Dracula, did he ever suck the blood of men or was it only chicks? Was he so fucking perv? Was he a perv?
I don't know.
Was Drac Dog a perv? Does anybody know if D-Man was a perv? Was Box Scott a perv?
I don't know if it was across the board or if it was just like.
But I always remember I Want to Suck Your Blood was to a woman, wasn't it? Always to a pretty girl. Fucking. He'd get Me Too today.
Never like a
Dracula on a Me Too case.
Yeah.
He's like, what? She was right there. She looked delicious.
There's like an elevator operator named Clark that's like, I'm right here. I've been here the whole time. You could have sucked my blood. I mean,
I work in your house, Dracula. I work in your castle. Yes, but you're fat and ugly. I like skinny girls. Dracula was a fucking perv, dude. Dracula was a perv. Take that one home with you. Tattoo removal? Dude, I have a friend that is going through the process right now, and if anybody in here has gone through it, they know. They're like, buy a package, and you got to come 20 times. And then he comes 20 times, and they're like, it's probably going to need like 15 more times. And then he comes again, they were like, 10 to 12 more times. And then he went back, and they were like, you're going to need 50 more times. I mean, he keeps going back, and it doesn't, and he can't, like, it's just, when you have such a veiny cock drawn on your, tattooed on your arm, no, whatever it was, whatever lame decision he made, he wanted to get off, and he's told me it's more painful off than on. That's what everyone has said. So you might as well stick to it. I don't have any tattoos. I have nothing against tattoos. Asterisk on your face. That's the only one I care about. But you can have them all over your body. I think they're chill. I wish I got them. I never enjoy. Tattoos to me were like, what am I gonna get? You know what I mean? Like, I used to like 311. Like, what if I had that tattoo? Do you know what I mean? Like that is am I gonna be that guy? That on my calf that's like, whatever, dude, I used to party. I don't wanna be that guy with a 311. I don't know. I never loved anything that much. I barely got married. I'm married. And that was such a fucking bad idea too. So I was like, I don't like commitment. I hate commitment. So tattoos are forever. At least with a wedding, you can, marriage, you can be like, I'm out. You can just leave. You can't just leave a tattoo. You gotta go to the guy and pay him. With a marriage, you can just skip town, playa. Just get in your car and roll.
The last ginger does not interact well with others, and also has a 311 calf tattoo for some reason.
Dega, 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 dega,
Come on, Regina, come on, Regina.
That's what I'm gonna do right as I die. I'm gonna yell that out. I'm gonna go dega, 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 down, down. Nobody in here remembers 311. Like,
dude, I do. I freaking love this, man.
Nick Hexum. They were rappers, but they were rockers. I can't believe they sold us those. I bit the bait so hard, and the lyrics were terrible. They were really, really bad. Can I bring up the lyrics for fucking a 311 song? There it is. What was the most famous song they did though? Down, right? Down by 311. Down by 311. Let's read how garbage these motherfuckers were.
I love to. Guys, he's going to read some lyrics from 311. Make some noise for Andrew Santino.
All right, here we go.
He's looking it up right now.
Chill, light on my side as my ego becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Be like an intake of breath and my mouth gets loose while I scatter my spit. I dream of juice. Let's pause there real quick. Let's pause there and talk and analyze how unbelievably shit that is. I intake a breath, my mouth gets loose. While I scatter my spit, I dream of juice. These guys are just fucking so baked out of their head. Have you ever made out in a dark hallways? Plural. Have you ever made out in a dark hallway? Ways. That's how he heard it when he wrote it. Displayed a kiss that made your day or say. Displayed a kiss. I show you a kiss. No, you fucking play a track from your record collection. It's your mix. Congratulations. What is this? We've changed a lot. Lightning strikes. Yo, we be that violent force of light. Guaranteed to turn it out as bad Dolomite. Because we're dope. Kid, this is really good now that I'm actually reading this. But anyway, I didn't want a 311 tattoo. Actually, you know what? I like 311 more that I found out that that the lead singer was gay. I like those guys more now because it explained how he was so cute. I was like, that guy's way too cute to be in this band. Yeah, sometimes guys are too cute. You know what I mean? If they're too cute, they got to be gay. If you're in a band, you're too cute. Come on out. You're hiding something. Every hot guy in a band is gay. Name a band with a hot guy that's not gay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it happened with, like, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
All gay. The cutest ones are gay.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, gay. What? 98 Degrees.
Korn.
Korn, gay.
Yeah.
All of them are gay.
Oh yeah, gay.
Remember those Korn rumors when we were in? I don't know how old you guys are, but they were like, it's because one of them sucked the other one's dick and said it tasted like corn. Do you remember that? That was a fucking real.
I think that was a Santino family tradition or something.
That's our Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where's the corn? It's right here. High school rumors were cool. I remember the coolest one I remember was my buddy Brian's older brother was like the first guy to like finger a chick, like to touch her, and he was like cool dude, and we were all like, what is it like? And he's like, inside of your cheek. He kept saying that. It's the inside of your cheek. So I remember going home and like rubbing my cheek and jerking off. I would just be like jerking off, rubbing my cheek. Be like, this is what it's like. You know? And then he was like, then you got to come in your own mouth. And I was like, all right, if it works, it works, you know? So, you know. It's comic segue. So I'm single, you know, no. So many fun high school, like high school lies that somehow permeated. Like everybody, what does anybody remember? Like a funny high school rumor lie that they were like, oh dude, suck his own dick, removed his ribs to suck his own dick. Right, I remember that. Yeah, but when I heard that, like I remember everybody was like, oh whoa, and then you turn around and you'd be like, that's awesome. Could you do that? That'd be fucking awesome.
Like, is that like an elective surgery? That you can, like,
do you think my
like
dad's insurance will pay for that, or?
Yeah.
So just these two are gonna be gone, right, Doc?
Yeah, I don't need like them for anything, do I? Or,
What is this? What are you guys?
like, do you take PPO insurance? Or?
Sir, this is Kaiser. Okay, take them all out. Take out all my ribs. I'm a roly-poly now. That was a good one. That for some reason that really got around. And for some reason Marilyn Manson's really cool. He like joked about it often in interviews because I think that was pre-internet. Do you know how crazy that is? That word of mouth was that. Like there wasn't a blog. Reddit didn't exist. No. That was just the power of high school rumor is that massive that the whole country could like get together and agree. They're like, yeah, he definitely took out his ribs and sucks his own cock. That's how strong high school lies are.
Do you know how many bros had to yell that from mountaintops to reach the cities around? Yeah. Marilyn Manson sucked his own dick.
Fuck
dick.
Yeah! There was a really cool chick in my high school named Natalie Toganis who was so fucking beautiful and like had developed early. She had breasts before anybody else did, and she was dating this kid Ryan Brown who was very cool and like cooler than everybody. And the high school rumor with them was, and this is what's so immature about high school rumors. They like make stuff up, but they're just like mean. They're not even cool. It was that she used to suck his cock with syrup. She would use syrup and like blow him at school with syrup from the cafeteria, and people were like, "Oh my god." But like I'm 35 and I'm like, that's so fucking awesome. And Natalie Toganis to suck syrup off that guy's cock. Like that's so fucking awesome. I think that's incredible when I think about that kind of stuff. We used to be so judgmental because you were just like scared of your truth. I think then you can become an adult and you're like okay with all your sexual miscomings. I think we're learning that now publicly. A lot of people are fucking coming out with all their weird shit. You just have to make sure your weird shit isn't as weird as going to jail. You know what I mean? Like whatever your weird stuff is, if you just like to eat, you know, like if you like to eat butthole, you know, in a dark room, it's like as long as it's consensual butthole, it's like I think I'd just go down the checklist of like, could I go to jail for any of this stuff? Sometimes I look at porn and sometimes I get scared when I jerk off to porn because I look at it and I'm like, you know, when it's like teen, whatever says teen, I'm always like, teen is such a vague, I'm waiting for me to click on it and the feds to bust in and be like, she's 16. I thought she was 18, I don't know. Really, that's the last teen number you can be, except 19, and they don't exist. In porn, it's always 18. They're never like. Just once, I want one girl to be like, "I'm 19," and they're like, "Really? You sure you're not 18?" She's like, "Oh, I am." You know. You're right. I'm 18 because 19 in porn isn't a thing. 18 is the only teen they can be. That's so weird to me we just like they focus on that fucking number. But now in porno, there's all these like brother, sister, step-brother, step. Do you see this? It's ravenous. It's like very odd. Everybody must be seeing this. If you watch pornography, if you open up Pornhub now, it like literally the first couple will be like stepdad and whatever and best friend and stuff, and then like kinky stepmom, and it's gross, but it's like, you know. You know, I gotta give it a shot. I will jerk off to that stuff. I'll be I definitely will. It's like, cause at some point it's just narrative. If the scene is hot, I'm gonna come to it. It's not. I don't get off on like daddy, that stuff. It's not that. It's just like whatever it is looks hot. Like this one I jerked off yesterday was like stepdad. And it was like stepdad, and she's like, "Mom's gone, so we're gonna have a sleepover and do whatever we want, you know." And these two chicks are like playing around in like a fake tent they made in the living room, and the one girl is like, "Oh my god, my tits out," and she's like, "Ew, whatever." And then they start like sucking tit. She started sucking her tit, and I was like, "Yeah, it seems totally logical. I get that." And stepdad comes in, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And she's like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Ha!" It's so funny how fast it gets there. Okay, one more, and then I'm supposed to go. I have to get out of here. One more fun one, and then I gotta go. Ariana Grande, Pete Davidson. Good for one of those people. I mean, you pick which one. No, I think it's a great move for Pete Davidson. I think it's a great career move to slide up that ladder. I think it's always weird when you like want to date someone because you know them publicly. I've never been comfortable with that. I think that's very odd. To fuck someone famous is fun, to be like, I would love to fuck this person, and then you meet them and you can, and that's cool. But to like marry them is very weird to me. Because your vows are like, I knew from the moment I saw you on MTV that I loved you. It's like, well, how in love are you with this person that everybody loves? What was the other one? What was that? Suge Knight. Going away, right? For how long? 28, dude. Oh, no, he won't last that long. There's no fucking way. There's no way. He'll get out. That guy will find a way. People like that find a way to get out of fucking everything, you know? Like, I feel like Suge Knight's the kind of guy, he's lasted this long not going to prison. They're not going to hold that motherfucker down. He's going to Shawshank Redemption his way out of there. I can see him getting stuck in one of those poop pipes because he's so big. Anyway, Bill Cosby's in jail, which is very chill. But don't you think he's gonna die? He'll die so soon. Like, he's not. That's what's a bummer. Is like he won't even get to suffer. There was a news report. I think it was fake. It said he got slapped with a chicken cutlet. Did no one see that? It was funny. Maybe it's just the internet being funny. But I was like, that's so funny. That's so funny. And apparently in jail they won't let him have any Jell-O. It's just weird. Irony. No, he is getting a lot of Jell-O stuffed in his ass, and he's getting fine. I wish him luck. I wish him luck, Bill Cosby. I think you know, fucking, he was such a piece of shit. So good luck. Good luck in jail. I gotta go. I'm Andrew Santino. Goodbye. Good night.
Andrew Santino, keep it going. Keep it going for Coach T on the ones and twos all night, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for Brian Redban. Keep clapping, guys. Moshe Kasher, Lynn Rajskub, Tony Hinchcliffe, Ryan Sickler. I've been your host, Jeremiah Watkins. We're here usually every second Tuesday of the month. We're going to do some more live podcast recordings soon. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We love you. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.